There comes a moment when you look around and finally understand. No one is coming. No one will save you. No one will carry your vision. And no one will catch you if you fall. For most people, this realization breaks them. But for the rare few who walk the hidden path, this is not the end. It is the true beginning. You are here because you feel the weight of an ambition that no one around you can comprehend. The silence around you is not emptiness. It is power waiting to be claimed. The greatest lie ever sold is that you need support to succeed. History has never been written by committees, only by individuals who learn to stand completely alone. When you accept zero support, you accept zero masters. No one can tear down what only you have built. This truth is cold, but it is also liberating. In the absence of help, you discover a lethality and clarity that the supported man will never possess. We must now perform a quiet surgery on your mind. We remove the desperate need for validation and silence the voice that begs for approval. You were conditioned from birth to depend on others. School, society, and even family taught you that success is a group project. That belief is poison. True power begins the moment you stop waiting for permission and stop explaining your vision to those committed to misunderstanding you. When you seek support, you create debt. When others invest in you, they own a piece of your future. The safety net you crave is actually a spider web. It holds you, but it also traps you. The 0 point, complete isolation, is not a tragedy. It is the ultimate freedom. Zero masters, zero compromises. Stop scanning the horizon for saviors. Turn that energy inward and begin building in silence. This is where we enter the ghost phase. You speak of your ambitions to no one. You post nothing. You perform for no audience. Silence creates pressure. That pressure becomes fuel that drives you when others are resting. Without an audience, there is no performance, only pure, undisturbed creation. Use this isolation to obsess. The world may call it unhealthy, but we understand it is the price of mastery. Become so good they cannot ignore you, not through charm, but through undeniable competence. Here comes the twist most never see. The same isolation that once felt like punishment was actually protecting you from mediocre alliances and hidden betrayals. Every doubter, every closed door, every silent night was filtering out those who would have slowed you down. You were never abandoned. You were being prepared. You must grieve the old life you imagined, the cheering section, the understanding family, the supportive friends. Hold a quiet funeral for the version of you that needed them. This pain is real, but it is necessary. In the valley of silence, the dependent dies and the sovereign is born. You must become your own father, your own provider, your own strategist. Speak to yourself with cold authority. Get up. Focus. We have work to do. Develop the inner commander who drags the weaker part of you forward without mercy. Eventually, only the commander remains. Your lack of support forces speed, clarity, and adaptability. While others waste time in meetings, you move like a shadow. Turn every rejection into quiet fuel. Let indifference sharpen your focus instead of wounding your pride. Anger, when channeled, burns cleaner than sadness. Use it not to destroy others, but to forge yourself. Understand human nature deeply, yet without bitterness. Most people follow immediate comfort. You follow a distant vision. Stop trying to translate your language to them. Simply build so high that they must look up in silence. Succeeding with zero support is harder, slower, and infinitely more pure. You owe no one. You share with no one. The throne is entirely yours. Embrace strategic isolation by design. Cut every draining connection that keeps you small out of fear of loneliness. Sit with the silence until the screaming voices fade. Then you will finally hear your own clear intuition. Greatness is born in the void, never in the noise of crowds. The fewer variables you depend on, the lower your risk of failure. Humans are unpredictable. Build alone, and you build on granite. Every problem you solve without help becomes part of your DNA. You are forced to master marketing, psychology, finance, and strategy. You do not become a replaceable specialist. You become an irreplaceable generalist who built everything from nothing. Channel the pain of solitude into relentless production. Let every moment of doubt trigger deeper work. Your shadow, the dark ambition, the pride, the desire to prove them wrong, is not evil. It is raw potential energy waiting to be directed. Inspiration is temporary. Spite and quiet pride are loyal companions in the long night. Fortune favors the bold who do not beg. Feel the edge of danger. Let it wake every dormant part of you. Create unbreakable protocols for yourself. No negotiation in the morning. Deep work blocks without distraction. Feed your mind only what strengthens it. Philosophy, strategy, and technical mastery. Never gossip or noise. End each day with a ruthless self-audit. Did you move the needle, or did you merely stay busy? Networking events are for those with nothing to offer. Stay home and become so valuable that the world must come to you. Build the body of work so strong it becomes a magnet. Then people will seek you, not the other way around. If you follow this path with discipline, the numbers will rise. The results will appear. The presence you carry will change. And then they will return, the ones who were absent in your silence. They will smile and try to rewrite history as if they were always there. This is your final test. Maintain distance with calm, polite indifference. Keep the gates of your circle closed. The castle belongs only to the one who carried every stone alone. This is not loneliness. This is sovereignty. There is a profound peace in knowing you can lose everything and rebuild it again. Because the true asset was never the network. It was always you. Once you reach this level, a beautiful paradox appears. You no longer need support, and therefore you can give it wisely. You can become the steady hand you once wished for. You can guide the quiet, hungry souls who remind you of your former self. But always choose strategically. Support only those who carry the genuine spark. Keep a piece of that old darkness inside you as a reminder. Let it ground you when the world begins to applaud. Because you know the only applause that truly matters is the one you gave yourself in the empty room. That sound forged you. Your biology will try to pull you back to the herd. It whispers that humans need constant connection. Do not listen. Safety is an illusion for the many. Power belongs to those willing to walk alone long enough to become undeniable. This path is not for everyone. It is reserved for the few who choose to suffer in silence so they may shine with purpose. If these words reached the deepest part of you, know that what I shared here is only the surface. There are deeper layers of understanding that cannot be spoken freely in public. The real work, the hidden strategies of the mind, waits for those serious enough to step beyond the ordinary. If you are still here, listening with full attention, you already know who you are. Begin today. Close the doors, embrace the silence, and start building what only you can see. The empty room is not a punishment. It is the forge where legends are quietly made. You do not need their belief. You only need your own unshakable discipline. Walk forward with calm certainty. The path is dark, but it leads to absolute freedom. Feel the weight Accept it and keep moving. Every step taken alone increases your inner strength. The ghost moves unseen, yet leaves permanent marks. Become that force. Master yourself first, and the world will rearrange itself around you. This is the quiet law of power. You already carry everything you need. Now it is time to use it without apology. The silence is listening. Make it proud. You were never meant to be carried. You were meant to become the one who no longer needs carrying. Trust the process. Trust the solitude. Trust yourself. The ones who doubted you will one day speak your name with respect. Until then, let your results speak. Keep your circle small and your standards high. This is how empires are built in the dark. Every day you choose discipline over comfort, you become more dangerous to mediocrity. Continue. The throne is waiting. Grow until you fill it completely. This is your quiet rebellion, a rebellion of one that changes everything. Feel the cold certainty settle in your chest. This is the feeling of a mind awakening. You do not chase validation anymore. You create undeniable value instead. The path is narrow, but it leads to heights very few will ever see. Keep walking. One day you will look back at this silence with gratitude. It made you who you were destined to become. Stay focused, stay silent, stay relentless. The results are already forming. You are not alone in this understanding. You are simply ahead of the crowd. Use this knowledge with wisdom and patience. Power without control becomes hollow. Build something meaningful. Build something lasting. When the time comes, guide others with the same depth that forged you, but never forget where you started. The darkness was never your enemy. It was your greatest teacher. Now you understand its language. Speak it fluently through your actions. The empty room taught you everything. Honor that lesson every single day. You have the map. Now execute without hesitation. This is not motivation. This is transformation through quiet power. Choose yourself completely. The rest will follow. The ghost phase ends when your work begins to speak louder than any words ever could. Prepare for that moment. You are becoming exactly who you were meant to be. All it required was the courage to stand alone. Hold this truth close. Let it guide every decision. The world needs more people who understand this depth. Be one of them. If this message awakened something ancient inside you, subscribe and stay close. There is more waiting for those who are truly ready. The hidden layers are reserved for those who prove they can handle the weight. Show me you can. Click join if you want the uncensored strategies that built everything I teach. The real work happens there. Thank you for listening with such depth. Very few make it to the end with this level of attention. Now close this file, turn off the noise, and begin. The silence is waiting. Your empire is waiting. Go build it.